A lot of people don't understand that not having hair is a sign of dis-ease. It's a sign of acidosis. It's not a good sign to be balding. That means acid on the brain, basically. The same thing that causes dementia and Alzheimer's is going to take off your friggin' hair. It's going to turn your hair. I mean, it's just the way it is. And baldness. So upper circuit and brain and nerve are always involved in baldness, in things like dandruff. What about dandruff? What about all these flakes that you're getting out of people's heads? Scary? That's your lymph system oozing out your skin because it can't go down like it should. So if you've got dandruff, you're on your way to Hellville. You back out of there. You get your lymph moving. That'll all clear up, and so will your awareness. I have been going bald, male pattern baldness, since he was 13. So he came out of mama with a heavy lymph system all the way upstairs. So this is how serious this is. I don't know, before which I used to have extremely thick hair. Now at the age of 20, holy crap. But I've said this before, look all around you at the 20-year-olds. They're going bald. What does that tell you about the state of man's lymphatic system? It's living in Hellville. All right. Now, I am a Norwood 6, completely bald at the front, on top, and at the back of my head, as well as a thinning out of the side. I don't like that. Now, no offense here, Gerben, but I'll say this. This leads to dementia and Alzheimer's. That's how serious I take balding and hair loss, is that it leads to dementia and Alzheimer's. Because why? It's the same acids that are taking off the hair and breaking down the hair follicles and breaking down the skin as it is breaking down the brain. So real serious stuff. And he used several forms of all types of crap. But you know what? It's internal. And the best way to address this is the health of the hair follicles. How do you do that? You remove what's affecting them, what's breaking them down, what cytochemistry, acids, what fluid, lymph. You can't say acid and lymph and move it into the blood because you wouldn't even be here. So you're always at that system. And the proof is the proof is all of that. From the age of 12, I have also had extreme acne. See, right there. Right there is the tie-in that ties the hair loss with the acids. Right there, your third kidney. Right there is backed up, my friend. And since you were 12, so you came out of mama that way. So guess whose lymph system is really bad? Mama. Take a picture of her eyes and your eyes. Take a look at your lymph systems. They've taken antibiotics, skin cleansers, aloe vera, skin scrubs, soaps, vitamins, and other medicines, but I still have it very bad on the upper part because it's something you can't treat. You can't treat any conditions. None of them. You can't treat rashes, ulcerations, acne, psoriasis. You can't treat these things. You can't treat Alzheimer's. You have to reverse how you created it. It's that simple. You have to reverse how you created it. Well, take a look at the daily intake of your food sources. What are you eating? Man has to look no further than his dinner table. His intake, the way he lives. Your ingestion of chemistry is everything. Chemistry is chemistry. We're just told that certain things are foods, like ultra-pasteurized milk is a food. No, it's not. It's a plastic white stuff that only clogs the human body and causes tumors and everything else. We're taught that dead animal meat is food for Homo sapiens. It might be food for an omnivore, but it isn't food for a Homo sapien. And especially cooked. If you want to eat meat, eat it raw, guys. Just do not eat it cooked. When you cook, you bond and break apart chemistry. You have two things that take place. You destroy water solubles and you bond oils. And then we eat that and wonder why we're not getting nutritious. And eat more meat. I mean, there's nothing there to eat. It's dead cells, putrefacting cells in stagnant blood, which is putrefactive. And you got tissue, which is just a bunch of amino acids stacked together with all the piss or the byproducts of cell waste, which is urine. So we like that, and we call that healthy and good. And then the high amino acid content makes high nitrogen, which then breaks down colon and kidneys. I mean, you just go after this over and over and over again. But it's some of those things you just got to really watch out. Man's got to get away from these foul, what we call food sources. And start eating your foods alive and start cleaning out this body of everybody's. After coming across your videos, I want to use your regimen, but I am not sure which. Could you advise me which regimen? Well, I would go on the, just do on the 14-week protocol we have here. No-brainer. It takes off. It starts off for 2 weeks. It starts to kill the worms and stuff. It starts to get moving. But I would definitely do upper circulation. I like brain and nerve with it because it'll enhance your comprehension and everything else, but at least take upper circulation for 4 or 5 months and really start getting more blood activation up there. At the same time, you got to clean up the bowels, you got to get the kidneys filtering, and those kits are already designed to do that. Keep it simple. You're after your lymph system. You want your kidneys to filter. You want your adrenals up to get that happening. You want to clean out your gut. You really want to get this lymph moving, and especially up in the skin of the head and the brain and all that, because all of that's involved. And so you fix all that up, man, you'll get your hair. I've made a lot of money through the years betting I can put hair on bowling balls. Matter of fact, for you Facebook people, if you can't get hair growth on a person, something's wrong. They're not doing the diet, or you've got some extreme lymphatic blockages upstairs, because there's no one, as bald as it can be and as many years it can be, that you can't put hair growth on them. No one. So if you're not getting that, something's going on there that you're not getting. They're not doing the diet, like I said, or you want to get that upper circ. I like the brain and nerve with it, like I said. And then at the same time, you're pounding on the lymph. You're getting the kidneys to filter. You're going after causative factors of why the lymph system's backed up. Unfortunately, we live in our, or fortunately, either way, we live in our mom for 9 months, and her lymph system is your lymph system. It's just that we exchange blood and lymph through mama. Dear Dr. Morse, my son just turned 32 and is losing a lot of hair for his age. You see this a lot. I mean, you just look around and look at the young men that are losing all their hair. Well, but does that make sense then, if that we're talking about genetics in kidneys and adrenals, and therefore you're seeing all the lymphatic problems? Oh, yes. I mean, these young people, their lymph systems are much worse than our generations by far. We're seeing very serious lymphatic problems, unfortunately. So your son's got to really plug into this, understand the role of the kidneys and the adrenal glands, start getting his lymph drained, and by the way, fix up the colon because of the head area issues and get that hair back. Because you're going to see dementia, Alzheimer's, you're going to see nursing homes have younger and younger people in them. And it's sad when you see a 30 or a 40-year-old in a nursing home because they can't remember who they are or where they parked the car. And this is a problem that we're going to be facing if we're not careful, because at 32 and no hair, not good. And you're seeing it in the 20-year-olds. I get a lot of those. Also, he had his very infected tonsils. Any relationship there? See what I'm saying? I mean, you're very lymphatic up here. These are just lymph nodes telling you, wait a minute, full, and the road's blocked down below. I can't go anywhere. Kidneys and adrenals. And get those lymphs moving, man. The bowels cleaned up and clean all that out. Not much left of them. Well, they'll grow back. If you can get everybody cleaned out and you got some tonsil left, those tonsils will grow back. Oh, we moved 3 months ago. Oh, well, we have heard of third sets coming in there, or second sets coming in there, absolutely. Had a guy with his third set. I was telling him and my husband about changing to your recommended diet to regrow hair. They both think I'm nuts. Well, love Lisa. Honey, they're the ones, I know, they're the ones that are not. You keep going with that. Absolutely, you can grow hair. You want to use upper circulation to help that, but you want to move lymph because this young man's in trouble lymphatically in his head area and just doesn't realize it yet. The eyes will start going on him. You're just going down the line here, and that's just not, I mean, if that's what you want, but that's not acceptable to me at all. Look at the younger guys. We have more balding than you've ever seen before. Not genetic. What's genetic is your cells. You're not moving your lymph systems, and that's very important. It's going to affect the way you perceive. A lot of strokes are coming out of bald people because they have heavy lymphatic stagnation. They're not draining their lymph systems. Use my upper circulation formula. Move your lymph system. Get your kidneys filtering. Get your adrenals up. Get everybody moving, and use that upper circulation, and I guarantee you start growing hair all over the place. And matter of fact, I had a lady that she owned a big herb company, and she called me and she said she had T-cell lymphoma, and she was in trouble. So she owned an herb company, and that herb company made our herbal formulas, and I said, listen, honey, you got to get raw, and you got our herbal formulas, and then you got yours. So I really kind of excited her, and she really went into this, tore into this. They had the money so they could order from Diamond Organics out of California, and she really tore into this. Now, she had salt and pepper hair, and she told me one time, she said, my hair went from, gray and black to black, and then to blonde. She said, I had blonde hair as a child. So does it make you wonder? Do we really know some of the fascinating things that could take place in the human body? Fascinating stuff. We've accepted what we see, and I look at these lab normals and everything else, it's like, we don't know. So, pretty far out. I'll say this, what else you got to do on the planet right now? Take off after that body of yours and really hit it hard. This is Tim from the Netherlands. Hey, Tim from the Netherlands. You have a family history of balding, and you have a good set of hair. You've been on raw. Your hair's getting thick and stuff. If you'll see on some of these responses here, people are already getting their hair growth back. I've had people that have been bald since they were in their 20s, and they were 60 and 50 when I met them, and I've never failed to grow hair on their head again. I think when you look at genetics and balding, you're really looking at genetics of the lymph system, the inability to move lymph. And the quicker you see that, again, the colon's tied to that, the kidneys are tied to that. I think when you see that and you go after those areas and you use that upper circulation like you're doing, it might take you a while. Sometimes people grow hair quicker than others, but I'll tell you, I've never seen one not be able to grow hair on their head again. When you see someone without hair, generally speaking, you think of chemotherapy. And the reason is because chemo's acid, more acid than the acid that damages it. Like you've heard me say before, these people need to go to jail when they give somebody battery acid like that, or in nursing we call it Drano. My hair has been gone since I was 21, and I am now 54. Now, how long does it take to get it back? Not bad. I've seen people like that get it back within 3 or 4 months. If I stay on fruit and fast, get upper circulation. I guarantee you, it'll work faster for you if you clean up the bowels, you work on your lymph system, and you use upper circulation. You're going to notice your darkening of the hair around the nap and the sides, and first, and then you'll start to see some sprouts. There are some people that have the strong constitutions that didn't have the dairy products. They seem to accelerate down the road. There are. Like this Darby is growing, just from the raw foods, he's growing hair back on his head. It just won't grow too far, but it's growing. So just on raw food alone. So when you accelerate lymph drainage and you use upper circulation, his hair is going to start growing all over the place. And that's what it is. What I want to know is if my hair has been gone since, you know what? The body can regenerate. I don't care how old you are, but it does show something very serious, Mitch, and that is without hair that long, and you understand that generally acids and the lymph is the culprit here, that means that you were born with pretty good kidney and adrenals and a lymph system backed up. So I can, I straighten that up. Get your lymph moving, get the bowels cleaned up, get blood flowing up in that hair, and you'll get new hair growth. And it'll save you from your 54. It'll save you from, honey, where I parked the car. Because if you look at balding, and you look at dementia, and you look at Alzheimer's, Look at that. Everybody laughed at me on the hair thing. And look at her hair. I've known her for a while. See that hair? And see that? See that? Now, what happened here? This is July 2012. Hair in 7 months. Upper circ and brain and nerve. What did I tell you guys? And I've been telling you. Look at her beautiful head of hair. Keep working. Remember, this is an effect of something much more serious. And balding is like this young man, 47, he's balding. No, that's the lymph system. And again, nothing ever good comes of balding. That's your Alzheimer's, your Alzheimer's, your dementia, your all of those. So move those acids out, and she's doing a great job on that. Moving the lymph, got beautiful head of hair, and that's what it is. You can put hair on anything, but always ask why. Why did you lose your hair? Oh, it's just natural. My parents did. It's genetics. Oh, is it?